Our next guests, they have teamed up to bring us a true story straight out of the headlines. And I'll bet you haven't heard about this one. The new Paramount Pictures film, Roofman, is directed by Derek Cianfrance and stars actor and producer Channing Tatum. So this is based on a true story that you've never heard of, I guarantee this. So Channing portrays Jeffrey Manchester's his name, who back in the early 2000s robbed more than 40 McDonald's by cutting holes in their roofs. What? After escaping prison, he secretly hid from police in a Charlotte, North Carolina Toys R Us store for, guess what, 6 months.
Most guys, when they escape, get caught in the first few hours. They go as far as they can, as fast as they can. And that never works. The trick is to stop. Find a place no one will look.
We are happy to say that Derek Cianfrance and Channing Tatum join us now. Welcome, welcome, guys.
Thank you for
having us.
Yeah.
I have to ask you both this because, number one, I never heard of the story, but when I was watching the movie, What's Wrong with Me, I was actually cheering for him to get away, Channing. What's wrong with me? And I'm a Law and Order girl. This guy was so likable.
Look, I judged, I didn't actually, I went in with no expectations, but, you have judgments on people when you have a snapshot out of their life. And I had so many questions that I wanted to talk to him about, the whys, the hows. But as soon as you get on the phone with this man, you just, all that goes away. Like, he really is a warm, intelligent, he takes care of you on the phone. And he's been in for a really long time. He's had a long time to think about what he's done. He knows he's in the right place. He even says it. He's like, I should be here. He just had a problem with as many years as they gave him for such a crime that, some 45 years, you don't get that for murder sometimes.
Yeah. What attracted you, Derek, to this story?
I think I was attracted to the contradictions of this guy's character. Here was this guy who would put people in a freezer at McDonald's, but make sure they had a jacket. Here's a guy who breaks out of prison, Army vet, breaks out of prison, doesn't hide in the woods. He hides inside a toy store. So I think the thing that attracted me was like his humanity was what made him a bad criminal.
Yes.
If he was less of a human, if he was more cold-hearted, we would not know this story. He would have gotten away. He would be on a beach somewhere.
And Derek, you wrote this with this actor in mind right here.
Correct. Well, I spent the first 3 years just talking to Jeff because he's in Central Prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. 15-minute phone calls. I spent like about 400 hours on the phone with him. I talked to everyone in his family. After about 3 years of research and talking to everyone, that's when I met with Channing in Prospect Park here in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
We went on like a 6-hour walk together.
That's a long one.
I made sure not to pitch him the movie.
He didn't mention one thing. We talked about everything but this movie.
So you didn't know that you were auditioning?
No clue.
Yeah,
no clue at all.
Yeah.
He's perfect for the role.
You really are, Channing.
I think he was
so
born
good
to
at.
be
Some of my favorite scenes are with the kids, with your daughter.
Yeah.
Because number one, I know you have a favorite daughter too, but the scenes with you at the birthday party with the daughter.
Just wanting that birthday party to go well, but every father, every parent can relate.
Yes. She's 12 now. I mean, I just remember, it's the same thing that every parent says. You remember when they're this big and now she's this big. She's like 12 going on 17 now.
No, when I think about Channing, please show the picture. I pulled up the picture from, I saw Channing before, but this is Channing Tatum at Taylor Swift, where you brought your daughter.
Yep.
And he comes with his face paint. He's got the T-shirt, so I know how engaged you are.
I love her. She's so much fun. She's literally my little homie.
My little homie. But when you were shooting that, were you thinking about your own relationship with your own daughter as you're shooting?
Yeah, I actually didn't get to see my daughter for almost 2 months. She came out to visit one time because she's in school, and we shot in Charlotte, so it was almost impossible to get her out just for a weekend. It's a lot to ask for a little kid to just fly over for less than 48 hours on the ground, and so I was very lonely out there, and the movie's a bit of a meditation on loneliness. And Jeff wants nothing else other than a family and his children. One of the most saddest things, it broke my heart, but I have a lot of hope for him. I asked him what he wants to do. Jeff Manchester, the guy that's still in prison. He gets out in 10 years, and I was like, what do you want to do when you get out? And he's like, I don't know if they'll let me because I'm a felon, but I'd love to adopt. He really feels like he missed out, and he messed that part of his life.
Missed that piece of his life.
Yeah.
As Tony mentioned, you are perfect for the role. I hear that you dropped almost 70 pounds?
70 pounds. I did a
How did you do it?
Big. I was like a dad bod in a movie before this called Josephine, and I was like 240, maybe 245, and then by the end of this movie I was 172.
And what are you right now? What's your walking around weight?
Walking around, I'm like 190 right now, but usually 200.
You look good.
200 is just like, you know, I'm not trying to do nothing.
Derek, I wanted to see more of Channing dancing. I love his dancing, and there is some dancing in there.
There is.
Were you thinking about, when you said you were thinking about Channing for this role?
It's like in his contract.
He's got to be
in
dancing.
movies.
That and be naked.
Yes.
And there's some of that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's in there. It's definitely
Yeah,
in there.
he does it. He does it. Actually, the first day Peter Dinklage and Channing met, Peter Dinklage got to
He plays
see
the
Channing
store
for
manager.
the first time.
First time full frontal. Yeah.
Full frontal.
Sorry, the morning show. My bad.
I think that works perfectly, actually.
You still talk to Jeffrey.
I talk to Jeffrey
Yeah.
quite often. He actually called me last week, and he told me, he was like, Derek, if I could see you, I'd give you the biggest hug right now. He was like, I talked to my sister. He was like, my sister and I had a conversation after she had seen the movie, and he said, it was like we were in high school again. He was like, there was nothing in between us. And he was like, I have to thank you guys for making this movie because it's really reconnected me to my family.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Channing, if you were actually on the run and you had to hide out in a retail store, which one would it be?
We've been going with IKEA because, like, you know, a lot of comfy beds and like, you know, sweet meatballs.
IKEA thanks you.
Derek, what about you?
I mean, I think Jeff made a good choice. A toy store sounds pretty good. You know, you've got food, shelter, water.
Yeah, but it's baby food and junk food.
Food and junk food. And like the real Jeff, if all you eat is peanut M&Ms all day, you're gonna get 14 cavities.
I know. What do you feel, Channing, when you see peanut M&Ms? I was thinking that too.
Well, I was fasting a lot on the movie, so when you have to eat a big old like pile of M&Ms, like you just have a bunch of chocolate in your belly, it doesn't. You don't feel that great.
not great for
I'm a little traumatized with peanut M&Ms right now.
You know, the cop said, because I watched the credits, we get to see the real people, which was nice. The cop said, you know, listen, he was just highly intelligent. He wasn't. Wait, I got to get.
Highly intelligent. He just likes to commit crimes.
He just likes to commit crimes. And you say, Channing, he doesn't really like to commit crimes.
I don't
really.
think he liked to commit crimes. I think he got put into a, you know, in his mind, a situation that he needed to be able to provide for his family. He wanted to be able to get his wife and his daughter back into his life in a way that he felt good and that he could provide for them. And little did he know that he was enough. He didn't need to do all these things. And I think he had to learn that lesson later in life.
Yeah, Tony mentioned that at the core of it, it's a story about a man that had the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And was doing whatever he had to do.
Yeah.
And you're
survive
pulling for him.
and
It's
provide.
really good, guys.
Derek,
Congrats.
Channing, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, guys.
You guys are the best.
Thanks.
Roofman opens in theaters this Fridays. Is distributed by Paramount Pictures, which is owned by Paramount Skydance, the parent company of CBS News.